Hello, so this is my CIS midterm project. I did it on the total imports and exports of the US's top trading partners. So I collected data from 2013 to 2018 of the total imports and exports into America of goods only, not services, and the total amount of imports and exports, and the total surplus or deficit that we experienced with each trading partner for each year. And I'm sorry for my camera quality. I don't have a camera on my computer, so I have to record it with my iPhone. Right? So as I collected the data, I actually found out that, for the most part between 2013 and 2018, not much has changed. Top three, top five other countries have remained our top trading partners for the most part, but there's been some variations in the bottom, maybe 12 to 15, where some have changed up, and maybe we can get into the project and I'll show you about that a little bit. So here, I inserted a pivot table of the years and the sum of the total and where they ranked that particular country ranked that year. So for example, here you can see Belgium was not in the top 15 trading partners that year, so they don't have a rank, but you can see that Brazil had a total sum of imports and exports of $71.7 billion, and they ranked number 9 on our list, and then so on and so forth. But as you can see, going through 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, all that data has been condensed onto this pivot table, which is really cool because you could just look real quick. You could see, all right, China was number 2 in 2013 and has been number 1 ever since. And then you could see for the next country, you could see, Ireland, they actually weren't part of our top trading partners for the first 3 years of this chart, but for some reason, look, they jumped up in the next 3 years. Okay. So and after down here, I actually included a little graph of all the percentage of total trade activity that we had for a particular year. And then I put a little slicer over here to show that data. So in 2015, let's say, for example, it changes up a little bit. You see we got Taiwan, UK, Belgium, and then if you press 2017, the data changes a little bit more. Where was that big shift, actually? What is that big yellow piece right there? It's China. Oops. Oh, yeah, you see? Okay, so I'm sorry, but France actually changed to yellow and China changed to gray. That scared me for a second. I thought I had some misinputted data or something, but I guess not. Okay, so now for the next tab, overall trade activity. The overall trade activity is showing a sum of the total surplus and deficit that the U.S. experienced from trading with each counterpart from 2013 to 2018. And as you can see by taking a direct look at the chart, we've been overwhelmingly defeated by China when it comes to trade because our sum of total is right there, the sum of the total deficit that we're in with them. And anything that you see, like over here, for example, if you were interested to get a more closer look and see our trade surplus or deficit with the Netherlands, for example, you would click on the slicer for the Netherlands. And it seems here that we do have a slight deficit with the Netherlands since 2013 to 2018. But if you wanted to go over here to South Korea, you could see, so South Korea actually were in negative over the years, but if you go to the Netherlands, we actually have a surplus with them. And if you wanted to get more specific, you could press 2017, see how we did in 2017 with them. And if you wanted to see how we did with the UK in 2015, you could just click on the slicers available to you. It actually looks like with the UK, we're in a slight deficit over the years, but that's okay because we're not, we're a world power and we're supposed to control most of the economic finances. And down here, I'm sorry. Okay. And down here, for example, we have the sum of total exports and the sum of total imports. And again, the sum of the total surplus and deficit, but I put it a little easier. I put it into a chart with some slicers just so you could see again, look, China is our biggest. Let me just get that a little bit more centered for you. The total surplus and deficit with China is again the biggest, and then you could see it's a little bit more easier to check with the graph, but you can see if you wanted to check by country, you press Brazil, pulls it up for you, and you go to a certain year. 2017, okay. So our exports were higher than our imports in Brazil, which is a good sign, which is definitely a good sign. Let's see what happened with China. Yeah, okay, so you can see here, our exports compared to our imports in China in the year 2013 is a big difference. It's roughly 440 billion compared to our exports of 122 billion. That's bad. And we could see how that trade deficit has increased throughout the years. Over here we have a deficit of 539 billion compared to 120 billion. So we're still in a significant deficit. So that's why this China trade and whatever is really important to us, because we got to fix something with that. And then we got you could see different countries and you could see different things. France, if you wanted to see France, 2015. So I think that these slices are really cool included with these graphs. And you see that the gets more specific over here. So it kind of condenses everything. If you go to Canada, you just pull it up on the chart over here. Canada, sum of exports, sum of imports, total deficit. Makes it easier for you to read. Okay. And that is my data that I collected, and that's my presentation. That's my midterm presentation. I hope everybody enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed it. I know I'm kind of a nerd for choosing this topic, but this is what I love, and hopefully we get to see some changes over the years, and hopefully I can contribute to those. So thank you very much.